Hi guys, and welcome back to the Geek Street, where the street speaks. My name is Sean, and I have a fellow geek buddy over here, Eric. Say hi.
Hello.
Okay, all right. So we are back with another episode of She-Hulk. So it's been very boring, lah. I don't know why, but somehow I just feel it's it's not living up to its initial expectations. I think I've been saying for the past few weeks already that it's been, they should get better and better, but it's sort of like this plateaued ever since episode 4. So it's been like 4 episodes in a row that it's been like sort of stagnant and didn't really move anywhere. Besides, of course, they're hinting towards quite a lot of things, but they're giving subtle hints here and there, but not exactly how. Not really getting us excited, or maybe getting us on the edge of our seat. So that is how I would feel about She-Hulk so far over the last 5 episodes. I mean, the first 3 episodes was good. There was progression to the story, but ever since then, it's there's not been much in terms of progress. So yeah, Eric, what is your take on She-Hulk?
I honestly think that it doesn't feel like a Marvel movie, Marvel series. I think if you erase the whole Marvel part, it would have been a good TV show, I would say. Like even a decent movie, maybe a romantic movie, or maybe like a comedy flick or something like that. But if you put the title Marvel there, then it just like straight up goes from 7 to 10 straight to 2 out of 10, you know. Just by adding the word Marvel, they're not giving us that Marvel effect. I mean, the Marvel effect only comes towards the end of this episode, which we will break down. But other than that, it's just nothing, you know. And then we get, I don't know, I how many more episodes are there, Sean? 2?
We have 2 more, episode 8 and episode 9.
Yeah, so I don't know how they're gonna pull off this another 2 more. It has to be Marvelistic at the very best, in order to like get us back to saying that okay, this is a good show. Or else I think all of us will be very skeptical to watch more Marvel shows. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, I mean, putting it besides that, okay, what Marvel has done in the past. I know. Okay, especially this really this episode itself, right? I mean, over the last 3, I would say episodes, especially episode 7, is like more of her trying to find herself rather than, you know, um, in terms of story arc, character arc. They're trying to work on that, yes, but there's no story arc in terms of where is this heading, what is the entire purpose of this series. It's not being explained properly, or it's not being shown. It's like they're trying to keep things under wraps, like there is something, but we don't know what is it. Like, I mean, we are 7 episodes through, and don't tell me you don't even have one bad guy that you can tell us about or hint towards. I mean, there's no one hinting of okay, say for example, like what I was speaking with Harvin to last week, like even in the Hawkeye, yeah, you would say Kingpin came right at the end, but they hinted him throughout the series, which was acceptable. If you want to save a big reveal, we understand that, right? But at least there's a direction that's going to. But this sort of feels like it's not, like even they can't figure out who's the bad guy. I mean, that sort of feeling. So I mean, what do you think about that?
No, but I don't think it's just about the bad guy. I mean, you can drop a big name and get us all hoo-ha, but it's I mean, we don't watch She-Hulk or Marvel movies because of that. We want the Marvel part of the movie. We want the Marvel part of the series. And I remember when we look back, we watched WandaVision, and all of us was like, WandaVision was bad. But when I think back now, I think WandaVision is so much better than compared to this, because each episode there was a upcline, upwards fashion of like story, plot, more characters, and then you get to see the progress as their days go. You get to see the progress of how they were also trying to break into the hacks. So there's like story going, but here the only stale story we have is her life, and her love life in particular. And then one day she has like a lawyer thing, and then suddenly she has like son. So it's like there's no like uh phase, or there's no like direction to it, especially except for the ending, where they always cliffhangers and just give us like that 3 minutes of just like some Marvel sense and some direction, and then that's it. The rest of the series, 30 minutes in, is just fillers. So it's not just about villain. I think even if you don't give us the villain, you need to give us a direction, like, at least for us to something to anticipate into, to enjoy into. But this one is just like a normal series, and just filler. That kind of how it feels like. I don't know. I just hope they step up the next two, the last two. Usually when we say that, they won't.
No, I mean, of course, we say every next episode we hope is better, but it's not like they're going to take our advice because it's already been filmed and it's already done post production. So they're just releasing the episode. So, but we hope that that future series will not be as I would say it's bad. The series is not bad. It's not like it's a terrible series, but it's just that it's not living up, I would say, to expectation
of Marvel fans.
Yeah, we know how Marvel does their films and their series. So, this is only like, I think what we had Wonder Vision, we had Loki, we had Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we had
What If,
Hawkeye. Sorry?
What If.
We had What If, and this is like the 6th or 7th series.
Moon Knight. Don't forget Moon Knight.
Yeah, Moon Knight. So this is like the 7th series that they're releasing. I'm sure they would have, even though they're maybe not used to making, but before this, they even used to making series like Jessica Jones, like Daredevil. Although it did not come directly, in terms of Marvel Studios per se. Of course, there are some who cross over and help out with those projects as well. So they should know how to do a series and things like that. So, but anyways, we hope that future series will be much better than this, and live up to expectation. So, when I was doing this breakdown, I was thinking to myself, what am I going to talk about? Like what we're going to say, and all this. But we'll just go with the flow, lah. We won't put too much of stress on it. So so we will just get right to it. So this is the episode 7 of She-Hulk. Okay, so episode 7 picks up with Jen, of course, texting with Josh, whom we met in the previous episode, where she had the wedding and all that. So, but this guy, of course, in the very beginning itself, from last episode, seems a little bit funky, and there's something weird going on. So we know that, and it is revealed in this episode. So she's like feeling happy that that someone is texting her and probably liking her for herself rather than She-Hulk, so that sort of put her off her guard, and things like that. So she was like, but what I want to say about this particular opening sort of moments is that the way that the camera, the cinematography is really excellent. I think they really put a lot of effort into it, and it felt really nice. It felt very smooth and very comfortable in terms of showing transitions over a period of time. So it was really nice how they did it, and I think it was really good. And then so we see her, like being very happy, and then we see like sort of 1 week of a progression where Jen and Josh go on dates, they see the movies, they go for dinner, and then we see like sort of they progress from like this, like checking hands outside, and to her inviting him into her house, right? So that's like the first opening bit, and then the story really gets started when sort of the next morning, we see Josh, like he's not there when he's supposed to be. So she's like looking for him, thinking what happened, and all that. And then she texts him, like, oh, where you went and things like that. And then we see him getting what do you call, a call from Blonsky's parole officer. So in that moment, I thought like we're gonna see Abomination again and things like, but I don't know. But I mean, should they have shown at least Abomination again, Eric?
They could, they would, but then I think they would have differed from their what's that, their plot lah. I think their plot is very highly relied on Emil Blonsky. So if they were to show Abomination, then the whole thing where she got him out of prison and made the oath where he wouldn't come back, all the stuff, I think the plot will run away a bit lah. So yeah.
I don't know. I feel sort of somehow we'll get into what I think Emil Blonsky or the Abomination's role in this sort of like this theorized thing, but we'll get to that. So she gets the call. She gets the call, and then she goes and she and the pro officer go to Blonsky's, like it's like so filthy rich, right? So he has like an entire estate sort of thing going on, and to find out that actually the anklet that normally convicts on parole or in the house arrest they use, so that was a bit faulty. And sort of they changed it, and then the pro officer just like ran away because he's scared that I don't know why he's so afraid of Emil Blonsky. And then Jen and Emil sort of talked, and she says that she doesn't believe him, right? That he is what do you call that he would want to risk changing into the Abomination because he spent so much time in prison and things like that. So that was sort of the conversation that they were having. And while there, as she's about to leave, she runs into these two very funny characters, Man Bull and El Aguila. So this is actually like sort of like a pretty big ripoff from it's a comic character. Both of these are comic characters, right? It was really funny how like sort of a parody of the comic character that they were doing, and it was really nice lah, right? So just to explain a little bit about Man Bull and El Aguila. So Man Bull is actually a character in the Marvel comics called William Torrance. So he was sort of like see why I want to speak about this is very how to say sneaky, how they sneak this character in. Hoping people maybe might not realize, or people might realize and talk about it, is that Man Bull, this character, is actually has a lot of tie-in with Daredevil. He's like a sort of the villain to Daredevil. So knowing that somehow Matt Murdock will appear in this series, so that, there was a pretty nice nod, another hint that they will be bringing Matt Murdock into the series. And also El Aguila, his real name, of course, not real name, the comic name is Alejandro Montoya. So he's a swashbuckler, same like he reminds me of Zorro lah, right? So he's sort of like a ripoff from Zorro as well. So, whether Zorro ripped him off, I don't know. So it's sort of like that. So it's really good. And we find out that Emil is actually got these people together to help them through sort of their identity crisis and to deal with who they are on the inside, and sort of like like psychoanalysis, things like that. So he's trying to help them with that. And this is in tune with also what Jen wants. She wants to find out who she is, especially after receiving this power or this gift as She-Hulk, who she really is, because people tend to be more fond of She-Hulk than Jennifer Walters. So she's not coming to terms with that, because your whole life you are somebody, and then you become another person, but people like the other person than the person that who you really are on the inside. So this is the sort of things that Jennifer is struggling with, and we see this very, very clear in this particular episode, that she's hooked on to one person, who is this guy Josh, who she thinks likes her for who she is and not She-Hulk. and she's sort of like obsessed with that idea. She's trying to hold on to that thing that makes her feel comfortable. So it's yeah. So it's a lot of thinking going on in this episode. A lot of if you don't like this kind of thing, then this episode not for you, lah. Right? So there's not much action and things like that. And then so she's trying to search for service to get the tow truck to come and tow her car away. As of course, Manbull and Aguila sort of like did some wrestling moves on the car. So they have that, and then so she searches for this service, and all that, and then she comes across, of course, this support group that Demi Blonsky is doing, and then she meets these two people called Saracen and Porcupine. This Porcupine guy is damn funny, lah. So Saracen is actually like he thinks he's a vampire. So this has also a tie-in with Blade as well. So it's sort of like this teasing these sort of characters inside the MCU. And then also in the support group, she meets this guy who attacked her in episode 3 or episode 4, right? Yeah, I can't remember which episode. Yeah. So this guy who this group of workers who stole this Asgardian sort of weapons, right? From New Asgard. So he comes there. So it's very fishy. So this guy, he throughout the entire, that when they were having that conversation, in the group and all that, when they were telling her that, you should really forget about this guy Josh, you should really look in yourself and should love yourself more. All these things going on. He somehow convinces Jennifer to delete the guy's number, right? So I don't know whether this guy has anything to do. Like the whole, for me, what I feel is like whatever the events that are happening around her so far, right? Is there's something fishy behind it.
Sus.
What, sus?
Yeah, sus. Suspicious.
Oh, suspicious. Okay, yeah. It feels very fishy. I half my heart thinks that Amy Blonsky is not a part of it, that he's maybe just coincidentally that she's there, or whether Amy Blonsky is working with somebody else to maybe she's trying to find a cure to not be Abomination anymore. Maybe he's doing that, right? So these are the kind of things that got me thinking. So I mean, do you think that Amy Blonsky is like somehow involved in all this?
Maybe not Emil Blonsky, but the remaining 4 could be, or even just the new guy. What's his name? The one who attacked her.
Which one?
The one who attacked her. What's his name?
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Okay. Anyways, I don't think Emil Blonsky is like involved, but the guy who attacked her kind of feels a bit fishy, lah. And I also agree with you. I think the series managed to make us feel and think that whatever good happens to her, whatever happy or good thing happens to her, turns out to be a lie. Like it's actually a sus. Like so far, whatever good things that have been happening to her, it's actually a lie. Right? Even the whole Josh thing, so I know it was like gonna end up there because it was too good to be true. That's the right word. All the good things that happened to her kind of seems too good to be true. Like even when she got the lawyer job, so it was like too good to be true. So down, so I feel a bit sus. Even her uniforms, I feel a bit sus. So like the series somehow managed to make us think that okay, Jen does not deserve good things, does not deserve happiness. So we have to see lah. We have to see how it goes after this.
Yeah,
but I don't think Emil Blonsky is involved lah.
Yeah, there are a lot of question marks and answers. So let's see what happens, and then so she after she goes back, she feels like she feels kind of content with herself after sharing, in terms of what is, how she feels and all that. And then towards the end, right at the end of the episode, we sort of have this flashback. What happened 3 days earlier when Josh was at her home, and so it turns out that this guy is actually sort of like a bad guy lah. Right? So he's like, they show him like copying Jen's phone. Like I don't know why they want to copy her phone. There has to be a reason behind it. And then he texts a guy by the name of Hulk King. Okay, so I don't know who this guy is. And he puts just 3 emojis there, an emoji of injection, test tube with some green thing inside, and a thumbs up. So does that mean that he took her blood and they're ready for the experiment, or they injected her with something? What's going on?
I think if he wanted to inject her, he would have done it by now. And what's the point of copying her phone when you've already injected? I think they are planning something. I mean the hulking guy, nobody knows the hulking guy, but he was the one who created that forum thingy to hate on She-Hulk.
I mean intelligentsia.
Yeah, intelligentsia, correct. So the hulking is the guy who leads the group. So when he messaged the 3 emoji, my guess is like, okay, we are good to go for this because we know we have a phone. The reason why they track the phone is because nowadays your phone is your everything. Your phone knows your schedule, your phone knows where you are, your phone knows where you're going, your phone knows where you. So I can just get your phone, I just can copy your phone, and I know where you're gonna be, when, where, what time, and I can plan my whole setup to kidnap you or kill you or to do anything with you the minute I get your phone and get your schedule. So I think my theory is they're gonna plan something big. She's gonna get caught. She's gonna get in massive situation. Hulk is not there to help her because Hulk is in space apparently. That's when we will see Daredevil. That's my theory lah.
Okay, I don't know how will Man Murdock or Daredevil be involved.
He will roll in like the trailer.
Yeah, but I don't know how will he find out about this or what's his involvement with this. But maybe he has some sort of beef with this group intelligentsia, or with someone in there or something like that. So that's still to see. Still got 2 more episodes. So we hope. I was saying it is every episode is episode 4. We hope that we will see Daredevil in the next episode to spice things up and to make the series a bit more fun for us to watch, and more things for us to talk about and be happy about. So
Yes.
yeah. So we have 2 more episodes, so we will see how it goes and see from there. Yeah. Any final thoughts, Eric? What's your hope for the next episode?
I'm just hoping for a good episode the next 2. It better be good lah. Don't give us some still shenanigans again.
So we have a wonderful time.
I don't want fillers anymore, please.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So that's it for She-Hulk. We also want to remind you guys, or just to let you guys know, if you don't know already, that we are also doing Andor series breakdown. So that is going to be a very long journey for us because it's 2 seasons and we are like not even halfway through the first season. So yeah, we're doing an Andor breakdown, and also we'll be bringing you guys Wakanda Forever trailer breakdown. If you have not watched it, go and watch it and wait for the breakdown, and we will explain to you everything that probably if you don't understand certain things or things like that inside the trailer, and we will bring that to you. To get up to date with us, please do like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also follow us on our Instagram and Facebook at thegeekstreet.my. Because sometimes certain announcements we don't really might bring the video out a bit late, due to our recording schedule, but we normally will post immediate updates or updates in like the first few hours on Facebook and Instagram. So do follow us there to get all the latest news on Marvel and Star Wars and anything Disney lah, basically, right? Or anything to do with movies, right? So we will be posting it there. Okay, also do join our Discord community on the Discord server that we have. So the link is in the description below for you guys to join our community and come and just chit chat with us. And if you're a Marvel fan or a Star Wars fan or any movie fan, and you guys can make personal requests on maybe videos that you guys want to see us break down or react to or talk about, so you guys can join in the community and let us know. So that's it from us, and this is the Geek Street, and the street has spoken. Till next time, bye bye.
Ciao.